Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ybot, and welcome back to Hellfire Citadel on Raid Finder difficulty. Today, we're going to be tanking that guy who's a dead piece of shit in there. So, anyway, I've edited this down from the full run here. This was originally 3 attempts. I'm just showing you guys the successful final attempt here of the Mannoroth fight, and this footage is also old as hell because, well, I got a little bit lazy with my raiding videos here. I kind of lost interest. I put it on the back burner instead in favor of more easy to produce content like Let's Plays of games that are at the moment catching a lot more of my interest than World of Warcraft. But I've gotten some requests for some more World of Warcraft stuff, and the numbers definitely are showing that people appreciate it. So, yeah, I will go ahead and I'm going to finish this off. I've got Mannoroth left, and I've got Archimond after that. I've got the footage for both, and I will be showing you guys. So anyway, let's dive right into it here. So, first off, the overview of the fight. He's a 4-phase encounter. We're currently in the middle of Phase 1. So, this phase requires you to kill the 3 Fell Iron Summoners, which we're in the process of doing. This really does not require any sort of tanking skill. You want to have your tank on focus and the other tank on focus, and that's pretty much about it. You should not be next to these stupid infernals the way I am, but it's LFR, and it's not as dangerous as it could be. And you want to tank the big guys, basically. The big Doomguard guys that pop up, you want to tank them, and hopefully try to get these imps off of people. So anyway, once Mannoroth pops up, he's got 2 mechanics that you really need to worry about here, and this is from the guide that covers normal to heroic difficulty here, so this will definitely cover you for LFR difficulty. So you will need to perform a tank switch when, right after a massive blast. After you get hit by a massive blast, and you'll see a nice little debuff. That's a particular tank switch mechanic in this fight here, and also you'll need to use your active mitigation to avoid getting Puncture Wound from Glaive Thrust. Glaive Thrust will hit you like a truck, and then Puncture Wound will make you bleed like crazy. So specifically the numbers here respectively, guys, are Massive Blast will deal 282,000 shadow damage to the target, knock them back, and so you also want to be tanking Mannoroth next to one of these bell pillars here to avoid getting knocked off the platform, I assume. And you should also probably want to try to keep him away from as much of the raid as possible, because I would assume with a weapon like that he would love to cleave people. So, also, anyway, for Glaive Thrust here, that is 284,000 shadow damage, or physical damage, and pierces armor and inflicts puncturing wounds if you do not use active mitigation. So, puncturing wounds, as I said before, makes you bleed for 10 seconds, and the exact amount is 64,000 physical damage every second for the next 10 seconds. So, it hurts. And in Phase 4, you need to also avoid knockback waves that come for you after Massive Blast. So you need to get the hell out of the way by the sounds of it. So, and this is Phase 2 now at this point. Phase 1 is the Summoners. Now it's Skeletal Mannoroth. Phase 3 is Fleshy Mannoroth. And then Phase 4 is Fleshy Glowy Mannoroth. Oh. Anyway, here, let's take a look at things. Our other tank does not have that debuff yet. I think we'll probably get it for Massive Blast here. So, as always, guys, in case I haven't mentioned it before, make sure your other tank is on focus so you can see when the debuff pops up, and then you can just go ahead and pick it up. So, I've just got whacked by that debuff there, and the other tank was good. He picked it up right away. I also did not use active mitigation, so I got nailed by the lead for a few seconds there. Not a huge concern on LFR, but it's not nice for your healers. Additional damage you shouldn't have to be taking. Alright, so let's go to the everyone section here. So in Phase 1, spread out at least 3 yards to avoid Fell Blasts. splash damage, so that's a ability that causes 28,000 fire damage to enemies within 3 yards. Interrupt these Fell Blasts as much as possible. Interrupt Shadow Bolt Volley as much as possible, and then avoid standing in the Fell Streak, which is the Infernals, so don't stand in the Infernals' fire. Stay at least 30 yards away from the tank, who is tanking the Doom Lords. In Phase 2, 3, and 4, the Mannoroth phases, avoid standing in Implosion, ground effects. In Phase 2, avoid standing in Inferno, ground effects for Phase 3 and 2 and 3. Split damage from Mannoroth's gaze by having a few raid members stand in a circle surrounding the debuffed player. Alright, and there we go, he's into Phase 3 now. He's got his skin back, and he's more powerful. And let's take a look at Mannoroth's gaze again here. By having a few players stand around the player who's targeted in Phase 4, make sure to have as few players as possible soaking the damage to minimize the size of the resulting void zones. Okay, so it causes void zones in Phase 4. At least it does on higher difficulties. Run far away from Fell Seeker, which is Mannoroth unleashes a concussive blast in quick succession that deals damage and knocks back enemies hit with Fell Seeker. First infliction is 107,000 in small radius, then 121,000 in a medium radius, and finally 178 fire damage within a large radius. That's kinda nasty. And it does more damage in Phase 4. And run against the pushback effect for Shadow Force. You need to do that or else you could fall off the platform. That would be bad. And embarrassing. And finally, avoid the Fell Hellstorm. Mannoroth calls down a Fell Hellstorm. The Hellstorm affects enemies within 30 yards. And I just died because I failed. Anyway, I was fortunate enough on this attempt that we had a battle res good and ready to go, so you are the priority target for a Ray battle res if you die as the tank, because there's only 2 of you, and it's like, tank, healers, DPS. It's always the way it's been, it's always the way it will be. Sorry, DPS. Alright, so I think we pretty much covered the everyone section here. Phase 1, the Legion's Might, that doesn't really matter, because it's a trash phase, quite frankly. It's easy. Left iron somewhere. Tanking. Alright, positioning. This is very important here, and I'm just going through the Icy-Veins guide for you guys right now. So we recommend spreading around loosely near the Fell Iron Summoner. Oh, for crying out loud. Let's get into the Resurrection phase. Tanking concerns. We recommend tanking Mannoroth towards any side of the room where a large pillar is located. The boss is tanked facing in the direction of the pillar so that Massive Blast the knockback causes you to hit the pillar instead of being knocked far back, i.e. off the platform. Alright. For Phase 2, recommend that the entire raid is stacked up near the sides of the boss. The positioning is assumed. Alright, so yeah, once again, DPS shouldn't be standing directly in front of Mannoroth. That's bad. Alright. And we might as well go over when to use Heroism, Bloodlust, and Time Warp here. They say to do it at the start of the fight as well as when Mannoroth enters Phase 4. Wait, what? So they want us to use it on the fucking... No, they must mean the start of when Mannoroth pops up, not when we're dealing with the stupid summoners. So either at the beginning of the fight, or when Mannoroth enters Phase 4, as the fight gets extremely difficult at Phase 4. And yeah, you need to run against this right here, and... Very good, and he is definitely empowered at this point, and he's also definitely dead! Alright. Well, guys, I hope that this has provided some insight in how to kick Mannoroth's ass. I'm hoping at this point, since this was filmed quite a few months ago, that I'm hoping this isn't a big problem any longer for a lot of you guys. But for any of you who are interested, this is the has been a brief guide on how to deal with Mannoroth and his various mechanics. So I'll try to have Archimond up soon, and that'll be it for Hellfire Citadel, because we only got 3 raids this expansion. Thanks, Blizz. Anyway, that's enough of that for now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you do like my videos, and until next time, guys, see ya!